everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast Instant Match Reaction. Get involved in the comments. I can see already we've got the comments coming in. There's some stuff you need to get off your chest. That's what we're here for. Don't make it too much, otherwise I'll go grey. But get it in the comments now. Loads on. Get on. This is what we're here for. Basically, like a space, but Toffee Bluecast channel. We're going to interact with you. We're going to have to break this down and get it over and done with. Paul, not spoke to you, just come straight live. How are you feeling after that?
Down in the mouth, sick as a parrot, gutted, all of the above. I thought at one point my score prediction was going to come in because I'd said 2-2 yesterday. But it was just devastating, the fact that, I mean, we missed the pen, but I still thought we were doing all right. And then we go 1-up, and I thought, right, now we've got it. We can control this game and everything else. But it just doesn't go our way. It doesn't go our way. And I can't even blame bloody Craig Pawson this week because he gave us a pen, which helped.
I know.
And
I'll blame him.
And I thought, I'm not going to say it too often, but he had an all right game, to be fair, I felt. It was just us. We just didn't take as many chances as we needed to, and West Ham scored some good goals. Yeah,
you know what though? I was in a battle with some Everton fans on Twitter. I was, because as soon as I thought Betto was having a good game, and I'm going to come at me if you want. I don't care if you think the opposite. Put it. You can think what you think. I think what I think. Right. I've had some people already come at me. I wanted to mute the word Betto during that game because I thought Betto's having a good game because he really does put himself about. From 20 seconds in, he put himself straight into one of their players. And then I like that because West Ham need to know they're in for a game. And Betto, for me, always, and some we're after strikers, We're on the hunt for strikers. We want to kill our strikers, we do at the minute. But Betto, when we play the ball up, Betto makes it so hard for their centre-back to just get the head on the ball. And he really does dominate that space. And we get close to Betto then. And he really does. Do you know where Tim Cahill knew where the ball was going to be? And he planted himself there early. And then you can't get the ball off him. And Betto, not comparing to Tim Cahill, but I'm saying Betto really does make it hard for centre-backs. He really, really does make it hard for centre-backs. And we look good. He looked a threat. He got himself in for a one-on-one. Like, he had a shot. And then all of a sudden, we find ourselves, Betto is taking this penalty. After being on the bench, I mean, Betto's been on the bench loads. He's not been the number one option. Like, a lot of fans are saying, doubting Betto. He's not good enough. Now, 38,000 Everton fans that are so stressed, that are in a relegation battle, that are all, Betto knows they're not sure about him. 38,000 fans, Paul. He could feel this. You could see in Betto's face, by the way, because I zoomed into Betto's face and I said straight away, Betto's going to miss this. His eyes, when you're nervous, your eyes get big. I know it's stupid to say, but when you're nervous, your eyes get big and you're putting too much focus into everything. I knew Betto would miss that. And I don't think personally, I know you say, strikers should be able to do it. That's what they get paid to do. I don't think personally Betto should have took that penalty. Now, all I'm thinking, Paul, I pulled the screen down on the laptop when I'm watching it. I pulled it down because I said I feel sick because I know the fans are going to kill him and he's going to miss it. I know the fans are going to be out for him. So Betto's missed this penalty, and then all of a sudden on my Twitter, boom, 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 on a tweet that I said, good luck for Betto for the game. Boom, boom, boom. Told you this went well. Crap, awful. Not even championship. Wow. The stuff that Betto got after missing that penalty. I felt sorry for him. I really did feel sorry for him. And I said to Chloe, I goes, Paul, I hope he scores because our fans are this will be the end of him if he don't score. I really hope he scores because I don't think he's having a bad game. I just think he shouldn't have took that penalty for me. It should have been Pickford or Garner or McNeil. Do you know what I mean? Not a player the fans are out for. Yeah, not a player the fans are out for, Paul. It should not have been Betto taking that penalty. And I just thought, you know what? I hope he comes back and then he scored that goal. I stuck behind him and he scored the goal and he got us back in the game. But yeah, go on. go for it on the penalty.
The other thing is though as well is that I can understand why he took it. I agree with you. I don't think he should have took it either, because I would rather have had James Garner taking it, for example. However, I can understand why he took it, because he's so desperate for a goal. But like you said, when he stood there, me and my dad were watching it, and we just both looked at each other, and it was like, oh no. you just knew what was going to happen. I mean, hey, it was a good save. Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't a crap penalty. It wasn't hard enough, but it wasn't a crap penalty.
Hard enough, no. And it was. I can understand why he took it. He's desperate for a goal. However, I just wish we'd have scored. I just wish we would have scored it. But we came back. Do you know what I mean? He didn't let his head go down. I thought then we would end up getting absolutely hammered, mullered, which we didn't. I felt as though we were still.
This is true. I like this person. Look at this.
Most
you see anyone misses penalties. But Messi, yeah. Keep your comments coming in. We'll get them on the screen, by the way. We are just having a quick say, but we will interact with you in the comments. So keep the comments coming because we want to know what you think. Carry on, sorry, Paul. Just get.
He didn't let his head go down. He didn't let his head go down. He kept battling, and that's, to be fair, that's the promise that he's made. Is he's never said that he's the most gifted footballer, but he'll give absolutely everything all the time. And you can't knock him for that, because he did give everything. And you know, he's still in there getting the header, getting the goal. He's still in there to the moment that he was taken off for DCL. Well, I tell you what really bloody frustrated me was as soon as DCL came on, the service that Betto had been getting was suddenly all over the bloody place.
Yeah, but DCL, you know why? Because Betto,
everywhere else.
Because Betto creates his own chances. I know he misses some of them, Paul, but he puts himself about a bit more to get himself those chances. And that's the problem sometimes. Like, we all say, oh, I wish those chances... By the way, Calvert-Lewin did have a chance, and he did miss one. Not the best chance, but he did have a chance. But Betto puts himself about to get... Sometimes Betto will smash himself into the centre-back, bounce off, he'll have a chance, nearly score, and you think... People act like Betto didn't do well to get himself in the position to score. But Calvert-Lewin doesn't do that. Calvert-Lewin doesn't smash himself into centre-backs as much as Betto does. Calvert-Lewin doesn't really put his body on the line to hurt himself, to get himself into chances. The penalty come from Betto, by the way. I think it was Betto that got the actual knock up to the arm. I thought the penalty was a bit harsh. Sometimes you think that. When you think to yourself, oh, was it a major penalty? It's a bit unlucky. That's when you miss them, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? When it's like
major's probably not the word, but as soon as I saw it, I thought that is a penalty because his arm was far back behind him as well. You know,
a little bit.
And if you're comparing it to anything we've had against us in the past, then bloody hell, it's at least one penalty. So
you didn't, like I say, you didn't think it was going to get given though, because with against us, we don't normally get the decisions, but. Do you know what? Like I say, everyone was out for Betto. But for me, I think sometimes we've got players in our heads that some of our fans are just out to get. I don't care. I'm going to say what I think on this show tonight. And I think if Onana has a bad game, he's going to get more crap than what Garner gets. If McNeil does something wrong, he won't get as much crap as Betto would. I honestly think there's some people that fans are just really out to get. And you could think I'm wrong here, Paul, and tell me if you do. But after Betto scored, which was a really good goal, by the way, like you say, kept his head up, McNeil had a chance where he could have scored. And it was a really good chance, McNeil. On the line, just knock it over the top of the player. Good block, but he has a big chance. It is a big chance. If Betto missed that, he'd get grilled. McNeil has the chance. And then all of a sudden, straight after that as well, McNeil has a chance where he's running through on the edge of the box and he's got a player left, player right. All he's got to do is pull him through and he falls over. And another big chance. And I thought to myself, you'll pay for that. You'll pay for that. Because if you don't score that McNeil chance and McNeil falls over and don't put the ball through when you've got West Ham on the ropes, West Ham will slowly get back into the game and you'll pay for it. So I honestly think McNeil's as much to blame as Betto for me. If Betto did that, he'd get grilled. McNeil did it. I seen nothing on Twitter. You watch those two chances after Betto scored. You've got the McNeil chance where he knocks it into the player. And then you've also got the McNeil chance where he's running through. He's got to play a left and right. I think we've got 3-on-2. Easy chance to score, and we flop it. And I'm just thinking if Betto gets that goal, Paul, you've got to crack on. And we had 2 good chances to crack on then. And if you don't take them, you're in trouble. And for me, that stayed in my head. After I honestly do believe you've got to take those chances. I think it was Harrison that knocked it across, wasn't it? Harrison knocked it across to McNeil, who's about 2 meters away from the goal as a shot. Not the best shot. And then it gets cleared off the line. There was a lot more chances, by the way. The result doesn't justify this game because we was miles the better team. We was miles the better team this game. We dominated more than I ever thought we'd dominate.
Yeah. On the way to Studio B, I was listening to Radio Merseyside, and there was a guy on, Dave, who had been watching our game. He said lots of things. He's very, very angry, and I can understand why. But the one thing the main thing I agreed with him on was the pace. He said, "We're no pace. We're just too slow. We're too slow." And there are occasions when we get onto the edge of the area that we are too slow. And the thing is because we lack confidence in front of goal, understandably, because we can't really score properly or score enough. So when it comes to a key pass to lay it off to someone, or it comes to a final shot, we're thinking about it too much. So when we broke sort of down the middle, slightly sort of inside right, and Harrison was there, and Betto had been there, I think, and then McNeil sort of running in. It slowed right down. Harrison did well to find McNeil, to be fair, but he then came because he came back in on his left-hand side and then chipped it in. It just seemed it all slowed right down, and West Ham were able to get about 4 or 5 plays back, and the keeper made a good save and smothered it, but we're just too slow in taking those chances. It was like there was a couple of times that we had the ball on our left on the edge of their area, Mikalenko or McNeil, and it just needed a little lay back for someone on the edge of the box. Gomez had come on by this point, I think. Anana was still there, and it just needed a lay off and a shot, and just the decision making and the speed of actually doing things is just, it's ridiculous, and the confidence is just shot anywhere in the final third, and we need a bit of luck. God, we need a bit of luck. And I thought we got it by getting the penalty, but then we've not taken advantage of it. So in that way, there's chances that are missed, and yes, we've been unlucky, but we just need to speed it up a little bit. Jesus, otherwise it's just so easy for opposition defenders to defend against us, and that's what West Ham were able to do.
Well, even if we scored the penalty, doesn't mean if we scored that penalty we would have won the game, because we scored after the penalty and we still ended up losing. No. So we still got the 1-0 that we would have got with a penalty. We still got the goal, and we still cracked after going ahead. So you can't even say, if we would have scored that penalty, we would have won, because we went and scored after and ended up on the same scoreline a bit later on and still couldn't see the game out. Like I said, you've got to kill the game off.
That's the thing.
Like a boxer,
that is
Paul,
the
like
thing.
Like a boxer. When you throw that jab and the stars are in the boxer's eyes, mate, you've got to pounce on him. When you see the boxer seeing stars and he's nervous and he don't know where he is, that's when you've got to knock him out. And that's what happens with us. When West Ham, we scored against them, and all of the West Ham players are frustrated, the crack has happened, and they're not confident West Ham, that's when you've got to go in, and McNeil's got to score his chance, or someone else. That's when you can end up winning 3-4, by the way. I mean, look at West Ham to us. Just getting that goal can give you so much momentum and confidence. It seems that when we get the goal, we sit back and try and think, oh, yes, we're winning. And then we take it in, and then we sit back, and then we worry about trying to keep the win. We need to literally get the goal and then think, West Ham are shitting it here. We need to really get onto them and get the second and the third and kill this game off. Because what you need to realise is when it's a draw, you've got something to risk. When you're winning 1-0, you can take the chance on going out to win, because if they score, you only come back to a draw anyway. So you get back what you're given anyway. So when you are sitting on the draw, we've got to go out and really attack them, Paul, because if you go back to a draw, so what? then change your tactics again. But I just feel once we get that goal and we get that advantage, you've got to go out and try and make it a double advantage, because West Ham was crumbled. They really was crumbled. The chances that we had, like Betto got that goal and we was all over him. Like Harrison crossed it in, McNeil missed one on the line. There was another one. It might have been Decore where a slide tackle cleared off the line. There was a McNeil running 1-on-1, cleared. Yeah. We're all over them. The backs was against the ropes then, West Ham was, but we just let them off. We let them off. We act like 1-0 would be good enough, but we've got to act like we need 2 or 3. And we've got to kill the game off. By the way, there's about 60, 70, probably with Twitter, 100 people watching. With 8 subscribers off 600, we want to hit 1,000 very soon. So if you can hit that like and subscribe, the 60 on. So if we could get 60 likes, we'd really appreciate that, because we've come to face the music of this game that's ended up looking like Everton was going to win, ended up being 3-1. So.
Do something for it. Yeah, do that to help us smile today, because it's
let's get a positive out of this.
We also, I'll tell you what, Dan. Though we had 22 shots today, and we had half of them on target as well. I mean, their keeper's played a blinder, to be honest, as well. He's played. That was really a good
save on the. Do you know the Betto shot that got deflected and it went top corner? Yeah. It hit the back heel, the Betto shot did. Because I thought Betto, I didn't see it at the heel at first. I thought Betto smashed this. And Betto hit one top corner, and the keeper's made a cracking save. Gomez has come on like snidling. Gomez, I don't know what's happened to him, but Gomez has come on and smashed one, and the keeper's had to make a good save. Then Gomez has come on and got on another one and smashed one. I can't remember Gomez being able to score goals, and he's come on, and he's a different player as well. So, I don't know. Let's get some of these comments on, Paul, as well. Let's respond to a few of these comments. Chuck them up.
Well, there's a few people mentioning about Dyche, and is a bit more. There it is. A bit more. Few more people sort of being in the Dyche out camp. I'm not there.
Come on,
by anywhere near yet. I think there's some people frustrated because of the way that we're playing.
We didn't play bad, though. I'd be more frustrated if I was a West Ham fan. With the overall performance, I think West Ham will be buzzing they got the result, but they'll be massively worried about that performance, because that was a bad performance from West Ham. I think our performance was good. Up until the very end, I think our performance was good.
Third, I don't even... it sounds a bit daft, but I don't even count the third goal, to be honest. It was the moment you got that second... which again was a peach. I do feel as though we should have closed that down, though. But the players are working hard. I don't think Dyche can be blamed too much for all the chances missed. I mean, like you say, we've had plenty of shots on goal today, on target. Keeper's had a blinder. We've won a penalty. Players missed it. Is that Dyche's fault? McNeil's had a chance from 5 yards out. Keeper saved it. Is that Dyche's fault? So I understand why people are frustrated. I don't think Dyche is particularly the person who should get all of the flack. I think these lads have got to step up and just take it by the bloody horns and hit that shot as though you think it's going to go in, not hitting it into the ground. Not kind of having 4 more touches before you get tackled by a defender. Take charge of it. It's not just.
Well, Zuma. This is a difference as well. I've seen some comments there saying about them and stuff like West Ham. I think West Ham fans in the comments, not trolling, so cool. Get in the comments if you want. No arguing going on. But West Ham, we had a lot more chances than West Ham.
Yeah,
we did. We didn't. Easier chances, by the way. We didn't take them. West Ham had a chance with Zuma. And that header by Zuma, Garner's on the post. That header by Zuma was top corner. Zuma could do that again, and he could do it 10 times, and he wouldn't be able to put it that accurate. But he'd probably get 1 out of 10. Like Zuma would probably get 1 out of 10 on that header, because when being an Everton fan, if it can go against you, it does. We are cursed. I don't care what anybody says. We are cursed. We can get 5-6 chances, not score. We can't drag it in the back of the net over the line. The ball's cleared off over the line. they can get a really hard chance for Zuma and put it over Garner's head top corner. And the Souček shot as well. I've watched Souček loads. I've watched him shoot loads. Never ever seen him hit a shot as good as that top corner. Like, absolute chest down, top corner. Like, Paul, we pay for anything. Like, any chance we get to pay, we do pay for it as Everton fans. We are cursed. I'm not joking, because we do anything bad, we'll pay for it. But yeah, when we have our chances, other teams don't pay for it, do they? We don't get that look, do we?
No, we don't. It doesn't feel like it anyway. But I mean, a lot of this one was of our own making, because we didn't finish the chances. I mean, statistically as well, we had almost double the number of. We had almost double the number of chances that that West Ham had. So we've got nothing to complain about in creating the chances. We just don't actually put them in the bloody net.
Do you know what though? Like, I'm not even joking. We need to get out of it as well. We need to somehow get away from this, because that stadium, there's a reason we're better away than home. Come at me if you want. I don't care. I don't get to go to all the games, whatever. But with us being in 2 relegation battles, the home atmosphere is just so anxious, tense, nervous, and they can feel it. Like, we're scared that they're going to score. Like, that penalty, I don't know what it was like. If there's anyone in the comments, because I wasn't there today, tell me what it was like. I bet it was so nerve-wracking taking that penalty for Betto, because everyone probably was thinking Betto's going to miss that penalty. And Betto knows if he misses it, what's going to happen. You could see it going through his head. And I bet you that, as soon as Betto grabbed the ball, the fans are like, oh, bloody hell. Oh, I don't know if he's going to score this. Like you said, Paul, you and your dad, this could be. You feel that. Even if the fans are quiet, it's more of you could hear that in the stadium. You could hear a click in the stadium when the penalty has been taken. And Betto knows. His legs start going like jelly. He starts feeling the pressure. You could see in Beto's eyes he was going to miss that penalty. Mopé's gone from Everton and he's gone for Brentford and he's scored 1, 2, 3, 4 goals. No pressure. And he doesn't look like he's got no pressure on him whatsoever. He's got no fans hating on him. No fans doubting him. And Mopé's gone and scored loads of goals. I know we're frustrated. I know we're stressed and we're panicking. But we don't need to pile as much pressure as we do on these strikers. I mean, the moment Betto missed that penalty, people are telling me he's not a championship player. He's not even a footballer. He's awful. We shouldn't even be playing football. These are the comments that I'm getting just through missing a penalty. I've watched Ronaldo miss a penalty. I've watched David Beckham miss a penalty. I've watched some big players miss penalties, Paul. Like, anybody can miss a penalty, can't they? Anybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anybody. And I think the thing with Betto is that he's a rough diamond. Well, say rough diamond. He's certainly rough, but so that's why people don't generally have a lot of confidence when he steps up to do anything. To be honest, but would we be? We wouldn't be if we were middle of. Say we hadn't got any points taken off, and we sort of middle of the table, a few games ago, and everything else. Would that have just sort of? Would that have taken the pressure off the strikers? Would that have just calmed the whole place down? Because, all right, we got 4 points back, but I don't feel as though that calmed Goodison by any means. Particularly the atmosphere, it seemed tense. And it seemed tense, obviously, for the last at least 2 years, 3 years. But I think if we're middle of the table and we haven't got that worry, I do feel as though those players have got less pressure on them, so they're going to be able to. Well, thank God for that. Luton losing 1-0. Good. Those players haven't got the pressure, and maybe they can do those things a little bit quicker and a little bit more at ease.
Paul, remember, a lot of our fans said Lukaku wasn't that good. A lot of our fans gave Lukaku a lot of stick. Like, a lot of our fans was like, Lukaku's not that good. Oh, you know what? He's not that good. I honestly do feel that we put major pressure on our strikers. But that comes down to, I mean, you look who we've had. We've had Yakubu, Andy Johnson, Zaha, Jalovic.
Well, we've had strikers. We've had strikers,
good strikers, haven't we?
We've had strikers who have hit the ground running. I mean, even Jalovic. If you think about Jalovic, scoring 7 in 9 or something when we bought him in January. Yeah, exactly. So
Samuel Eto'o. We've had good. I don't think strikers has been our problem for many, many years, and we've been very lucky. BT was good. We've been very lucky that we've had strikers that are just quite good. Like we didn't worry about our strikers. We just couldn't get we was more worried about our midfield. Our strikers was always good. Even Darren Bent was all right. Ferguson.
what about Keane up
Always
front?
Tim Cahill. We've always had good strikers. I've always felt, Paul, like
Michael Keane.
Michael Keane. I don't know if I'm putting him up front. I feel like, as an Everton fan, we've always had good strikers where you feel, you know what, if we had a better midfield, that striker could score 30 goals. Like generally, but we've never had the perfect midfield, have we? And the problem's been the midfield, not the strikers. Where now it's the opposite. I think, well, I don't know if the striker, I don't know. Marcus down bad. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I got it wrong.
Hey, you know what though? Marcus Bent, the year that we had
Anichibi, Vaughan.
Well, the year that we had Marcus Bent, we finished 5th.
He was good, he was. So, him and Duncan Ferguson. I knew what I meant.
We've got a West Ham fan on. Appreciate it. Thank you. We played decent. Probably our keeper's one of the best in the league. Well, he's cemented himself as your number one, and he did. He had a blinder today, to be honest. So we can't say too much against that. But we should be scoring chances, the ones that we've had, without a doubt.
One thing I will say, all right. We don't need to make more of this than what it is. I mean,
no, I know,
because the performance was good, and you play that game again like that, you'd win. The West Ham fans saying there, we played really well. I think we played better than them. But it's about the result, not the performance. But I think there was a lot of signs, like every week, because we do keep performing well. We're just not finishing. But I think if we go and perform like that again and finish our chances, you could just smash a game and win 4 or 5. You really could. We could have been in a situation today where we lost 3-1. West Ham dominated us and we looked like we were in big, big trouble. I don't feel like that. I feel like we dominated the game, didn't take a chances, and it bit us in the arse. That's what I feel like. Yeah. Like the game was in our hands. It's on us.
I think if you like Joey's saying there, the fact that we conceded, we were winning 1-0 and conceded 3 at home. I know it's not great. If you look at that result just as the result, it doesn't tell the whole story of the game without a doubt. You know, we could have been winning bloody 2 or 3 before we conceded Zuma's header, and Zuma's header was, he couldn't have jumped any higher, and it was off the top of his head, and it hit the top corner.
Fast,
what are you going to do about that? Souček, I feel as though we could have closed it down a bit quicker. I think Mykolenko turned his back a little bit, which wasn't great, but I'm not going to have a go against Mykolenko because I thought he played well. And Souček has scored another good goal. Same bloody position as Ayew with Palace. We've got to get rid of that part of the pitch, I think. And then the third one was when we're literally everyone's up for a corner. Yeah. I was annoyed about that. A few people are annoyed about that online as well. James Garner had the chance to get the corner in. It's Sue foul on the near post. Gets another chance. Pawson feels sorry for us. Gets another chance. Does exactly the same thing. And they break away and score. It's key moments that are not falling for us in the right way, and we're not putting them in. And what makes it more annoying is that the 3 games that we've just had, Palace at home, we would feel as though we were going to get a win from that. That was the easiest of the 3. We didn't do that. We end up getting a draw against Brighton when we could have come away with 3 points. That's even more frustrating. And then West Ham today, the missed penalty, so we're growling. But then we score, think we're going to win, lose it 3-1. And then after this, we've got a run, even though there's a big gap in between, of the likes of United and the Shite. So that's where we were looking at these games being points that could give us that proper buffer, and then go into this hard session in March and beginning of April, and then be able to push on at the end of the season in the last 4 or 5 games. Unfortunately, now we're still looking over our shoulder, and we're all thinking, are Luton going to lose against Villa? That's bad. That's bad.
We're keeping your comments. Keep your comments coming in, by the way. There's loads on, so we want to hear what you've got to say. That's what we're here for. And we will say what we're thinking as well. Blue says you don't see Ward-Prowse doing what Garner did, like you've just said, Paul. He gets it over the first man. And Ward-Prowse creates a goal. James Garner gives away a goal. Some of the delivery wasn't good. So a lot of the delivery during the game was first man. First man. Like you'll see the ball get whipped in by us. And it's whipped in, so the West Ham defender volleys it out. And I'm thinking, that's a low cross, that is. You're whipping it in like it bounces before it even gets into the box. And he's clearing it, and he's having to slice it out. And I'm thinking, you've got to put the ball over the top of the first man's head. And then Betto's in. Betto, by the way, who gets a lot of stick, did show what he can do with good service, because it was a really good goal, which a lot of people won't talk about because he missed the penalty. But I didn't. The header was fantastic. What a goal that was when you're under pressure and because he needed it. And if he didn't score that goal, I feel that might have. Well, we're all moaning that strikers ain't scoring goals. Betto did score a goal, and Betto was not part of losing this game, by the way. In fact, when Betto come off, we didn't keep the ball up the pitch as much. And I think we declined when Betto come off. I said I wanted him on, Paul. And he's a nuisance, and he don't know what he's doing, Betto don't sometimes. But he keeps centre-backs for the opposition on edge. And Calvert-Lewin doesn't sometimes. And Calvert-Lewin is a better finisher than Betto. He is probably a better striker than Betto. I admit that. I'm not saying he isn't, by the way. But sometimes Calvert-Lewin, because he's injury-prone over the years and stuff like that, doesn't do what Betto does. Betto really does put centre-backs on edge. Like, I watched some balls get played high up and Zuma couldn't get anywhere near and Betto holded it up, then we gained possession. Then I watched Calvert-Lewin come on and then the ball got played up and Zuma heads it down to one of their players. They get possession and we did nothing. That was the difference sometimes. Do you know what I mean, Paul? Just little things like that. I mean, as a centre-back for me, if I'm coming up against someone, and it's Betto, I'd be shitting myself because he's probably going to snap you. If I'm coming up against Calvert-Lewin, I know he's a nice, neat and tidy player. I'd feel more confident against Calvert-Lewin on a long ball up to him than what I would Betto. Because Betto, really, you've seen Betto, he crashed some of their players. He puts himself up. I know, I don't think you're the biggest fan of Betto, are you, Paul? What do you think of him? I know you think he's clumsy, but he does create a lot for us up top. Like
I mean, people will know their cars better, far a million times better than I will. But I think DCL sees himself as a bit of a Rolls Royce, BMW kind of player with a good touch, can turn well, hold the ball up well. But Betto is like your old style touring cars, Volvo estate, where it basically just barge everyone out of the way to get the result. And there's a place for both, you know, in the side. Maybe not at the same time. Maybe not at the same time. But if you want to rough the defenders up, then you throw on the Volvo estate and let them smash a few. If you want to keep the ball up pretty and some days finish a chance, then you'd have the fancy car.
Mope's on it now. Mope did. I think Betto didn't do, like I say, the penalty was frustrating. Pickford should have had the penalty. I honestly do believe that. I would love to have seen Pickford have the penalty. It really does scare me, though, Paul, that when we had that penalty, I wasn't that confident in anyone, you know? Like, normally you'd have a player like, you'd say, oh, Baines take the penalty. Baines take it. Baines won't miss that. Like, you generally have someone that can, like a Prowse, that can put the ball top corner.
Yeah.
I wasn't confident in anyone. Like, my partner said to me, who's going to take the penalty? I goes, I don't know. I generally said, I didn't know who was going to take it because I thought Betto might not take it. McNeil's a bit shy, so he might not take it. Garner's a bit struggling for goal scoring. He might not take it. Onana definitely ain't going to get to take it. I couldn't think of anyone. Like Mikalenko, no. Tarky, no. We've got no left backs or right backs that will take it. Godfrey, definitely no.
Like Emma says there, you know, the first one that we get for God knows how long, and DCL's dropped. He would have been the one to have taken it. I would have been fairly confident if DCL had taken it, to be honest. Even with his record at the moment, I still would have.
Imagine if he missed as well. I think even he would have felt the pressure, though, Paul. I think even
everyone was feeling it.
Whoa. Oh
Everyone was
my days. I felt sick, and I can't believe I'm feeling sick on my own penalty because I'm not thinking, is he going to score it? I'm thinking, if he misses it, our fans are going to absolutely destroy him after the game. And I thought that with Betto, and we destroyed him within 5 minutes on Twitter. Absolutely destroyed him. Right. So I'm going to give you a little couple of minutes.
Though. He redeemed himself, though.
He did redeem himself. Right. I'm going to play this music a couple of minutes. Why I'm playing this music, I'm going to give you a bit of music to make you like and subscribe. Get on it. It's probably not going to, but hit that like button, hit that subscribe, because we want to get them up and we want to get more of you on every time. And if you're not subscribed, you're not going to know when we go live and you're going to miss us. Costs nothing. Just do it. Get on it. Everton, aren't we? Let's do this.
Gotta laugh down.
Do you know what, though? Shouldn't really be dancing when we lost, but just trying to dance to make the channel a bit decent. But yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we've got 4 points back, so it gave us a little bit of leeway. I'm gutted because I do feel, Paul, obviously we'll try and put a conclusion on this. I'm gutted because I do feel that we dominated that game. We deserved a lot more, and we got robbed. I do believe we got robbed. When you look at their 2 goals, we paid for everything. There wasn't even good chances, really. I mean, maybe we should have closed Souček down a bit quicker, but he pinged it top corner. That's the best goal I'll ever see him score. Like you say, Paul, the Zuma one. Oh my days, Garner's on the post, and he can't believe it. It's gone top corner jointing in. We are cursed. We are cursed, but we are due a bit of luck if you get that much bad luck in a game. So I don't think we need to make. I'm sure I'll go on Twitter now, and a lot of people will make this as bad as it can be. We don't need to take this into the next couple of games, because I think we played decent enough this game. I know the scoreline don't say it, but I watched the game, and trust me, I think we played good enough to give Man U a game. I think the games coming up, we can really do well. I really do. I think you just got to stick behind them. The performances are good enough. Our attackers haven't got confidence. Now, as fans, if we get onto the attackers even more, they're going to get less and less confidence. And it could put us in a big relegation battle and put us in big, big trouble, by the way. So we all say, we don't want to ever do that Bournemouth game again. We don't want to be in a relegation battle again. I don't. Trust me, it made me feel sick, made me feel ill. If we don't want to be in a relegation battle again, we have to be clever as fans and try and put confidence into these players and get behind them. We really do need to just get behind them because, trust me, we should know after 2 relegation battles, going against them will only make them decline. Getting behind them could just be what they need to get that confidence. Once a player scores, he can score again. Who would have thought we would have won 4 on the bounce before that point deduction? You wouldn't have thought we would have won 4 on the bounce, but we did. We won 1. The confidence was in the players. Then we won again 2. Then we won again 3. And we won 4 in the bounce before the 10-point deduction. Then they gave us a 10-point deduction. It took the confidence completely out of us. And like you said, Paul, I honestly do believe, Paul, that if we didn't get that deduction, I think we would have had a bit more, less weight on our shoulders as attackers, and we could have probably we could have done a lot better. It's the Premier League that have fucked us over here, by the way, because we're looking like we're going to push for. We won 4 in a row. We're looking like we're just like 12th, looking to go into Europa League position. Premier League put us in the bottom. And we're scarred from relegation battles from the last 2 seasons. So as soon as they put us at the bottom, all our scars come back out. All our scars come back out as fans. And we're scared and we're negative and it goes into our stadium and we're nervous. Premier League did us big time. And it's kind of gone into the players and now the players are nervous, us fans are nervous, and it's massively declined us. So the Premier League have done us over here, Paul. But I think we just need to forget about it and get back to those 4 wins, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I just share this. Guy called Jim Keane, I think it is. He just says, objectively speaking, investing emotionally in Everton must rank as one of the most futile and joyless decisions any human could ever make. And he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Oh my days!
But you know what? We're still going to watch it next time. We're still going to watch it next week, aren't we?
My partner says to me, Paul, she goes, "You need to get your hair cut. Your hair's going grey on the side. Like your hair's grey on the side. Like
I wonder
I'm
why.
getting the grey hairs now. Like honestly, Everton." They really do mess with your head. Everton do. They really do mess with your head. It's like then you're 1-0 up. You're 1-0 up. You're thinking you're going to win the game. Like you missed the penalty, so you missed the penalty, and you think, oh shit. But then you're down. Then Betto scores. You back up. You think, yes, we're better than West Ham here. We look like we're in control. So you back up. Then they score, so you're back down. Then you're losing. Then you lose 3-1 and we're on a stream and we've lost 3-1 in a game where we're 1-0 up. 30 minutes to defend the 1-0 out. 1-0. 30 minutes to go. You're thinking, can we keep this 1-0? 30 minutes to go. We lose 3-1. And the goals that they score are proper like FIFA frigging wildies, honestly. proper good goals. So, oh my days. It's just Villa scored a second goal. See? It's not all bad.
Yeah.
Not all bad.
And we're also on 599 subscribers, Dan. So
the one who's
going not all bad. Give us one more. If we get 600 by the end of this, then that'll give us some
worth facing the music.
And you know what? You know what? The fact that we've got 50 odd off, and we got lots of people. Really appreciate it. So lots of people haven't seen them on here before, so let us know you're in here. Go and subscribe to it for us. Get us to 600. Give us something to smile about today.
Get on the Toffee Bluecast. We're here for you. Don't worry. We'll bring us together, Everton fans. That's what we do. Everton, are we?
We are. We definitely are.
I just want another game now. I think we'll win the next one. We've got to eventually break this curse, haven't we, of where everything goes wrong.
Well, it's all right. It's only Man U.
Is it Man U we've got next, Paul?
Yeah. Saturday. Early kickoff Saturday. Away.
Too long. I'd rather have a midweek game, I would. I generally want a game to come thick and fast. So we've got Fernandes rolling about that's coming up. Fernandes rolling on the pitch. We will do a good pre-match for Man United. Where does that take us in the league then, Paul? I'm just going to have a look now. Flash score, Everton.
Yeah, well, nowhere because everyone lost. Although Brentford, Brentford got a point. Brentford got a point today, didn't they? I think they drew against Chelsea, did they? So
2-2 when I looked.
Yeah, so we are we're 16th. Brentford have gone above us by a point. We're 5 points off Luton. Looks as though it might stay that way. Luton have got one game in hand over us after this one. So Luton 18th, 20 points with a game in hand. Forest on 24, same games as us on 25, same games as us. Brentford.
Did Forest lose today then, Paul?
Forest lost. Yeah.
So it's gone our way, hasn't it?
Shite did us a favour, I think. So, and then Palace 28 on the same number of games as us. So, and then the next kind of games as well.
Do you know what hurts though, Paul? Do you know what hurts when I look at that? Like I'm trying to be positive because I know that being negative isn't going to help us as fans. But what hurts is that game we should have won, and if we did win, we'd be on the same points as 13th and 12th position, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, in the situation we're in that bottom half of the table, you get 2 wins in a row, then everyone thinks you're safe. We just like one win, not even in a row. That's basically where we are at the moment. But the next set of fixtures, I was going to say as well, is that obviously we've got the early one against Man U, but then there's a few teams who are sort of a bit lower down playing each other. So you've got Palace at home to Luton next Saturday. Brentford are away at Arsenal, so that's good. Forest are away at Brighton. So yeah, what else? Yeah, that's about them. But really, Bournemouth playing Sheffield United, Burnley against West Ham. What do you quite far back now, only so.
I was just looking at the fixtures now. What do you think of us not having a game for so long? Because I'm looking, we've got Man United, and that's when we haven't got a game for so long. Because we're supposed to have the derby after Man United.
Yeah.
Do you know what,
Yeah.
Paul? If we had loads of players injured, I would have said, you know what, this is a blessing in disguise. But we've got a full strength squad. Like, we haven't got like a lot of injuries where we need players. I know Garner Gay's got a little bit of a knock, and Onana's got a little bit of a knock. But today was probably one of our stronger teams, wasn't it? I don't think we're doing well on injuries, ain't we, this season?
No,
601, baby. Let's do
601.
this. Let's do this. Let's get the glasses on. Let's get the music on, baby. Up them toffees, baby. 601. That's a bit of Calvert-Lewin, mate. Let's do this. 601.
Nice little silver lining. Woot, woot.
Let's hit 100. Let's get 100 on the stream. 100 people on the stream. Come on. Base drop, baby. Toffee Bluecast. Get on the like and subscribe. 60 people on. Let's get 60 likes and subscribes, baby. Loads on. Let's do this. Up the toffees. Right. One thing I will say, and I've said loads of one things today, is we did come on and we did face the music. Now, Toffee Bluecast, I'm sorry. Me and Paul come on before and we was really negative, and we both come off Toffee Bluecast and we said, you know what? I hated that. I really did. I come off and I felt like shit. I was proper negative and I hated it. And me and Paul since then said, even if we lose, we're going to come on and try and be positive. We always said that because we don't want to come off this show.
Get it out.
Yeah, because if you want, we want to just get it all off our system and be positive. We don't want to come on this show and come off it feeling really angry just to be puppets for some people, making it a really hectic, arguing show. It's not what we're going to do. We're not going to do that. So we are going to be positive. And this is the end now. We're coming to an end. We are going to go and carry on with our Saturday and have a good night, like you should as well. Don't need to dwell on that. Like I said, put it behind you. Next game, win it, and then you'll say to yourself, you know what? We beat Man United. So what? We lost in 2 games against West Ham and Man United. 2 hard teams. We've won 1 of the 2 because we will beat Man United. We will. We play good against Man United. Our fancy us against them, weirdly. Even though they are a good team, by the way. Our fancy us. We'll get one on, a Man United fan, for the pre-match. Don't worry. But just have it. You got a nice week now, Paul. What you say, Saturday we're playing Man United, so they've got a week to relax.
Early one. So half 12 on Saturday. Man U, I know it's Man U, but you never know.
They're not Man U
anymore.
Get
the Volvo Estate up there with the BMW and might get 1 or 2 goals.
I like Betto. I'm sorry. I know Paul's not on the Betto wagon with me at the minute, but I'm telling you something. I like him. I do like him. And he scored a goal this game, and who knows? People won't speak like he scored a goal. I'm not saying you don't like him.
I don't think there's any Evertonian who doesn't like Betto for Betto.
Oh, I don't know, Paul.
No. But they all do have different opinions. They have different opinions about
some have some proper hate in the locker for Betto, stacked away. And it's proper there, like proper. So literally it's there. They've got a tin. They've got like a tin here. That's a Betto tin. And literally it's a Betto tin. If Betto's like playing well, they're looking at the tin getting really angry. And then the moment that Betto does a mistake, get the Betto tin out, chuck it on Twitter. Betto's awful, should be in the Championship. And it's rearing to come out. And I honestly do think some Paul have got that Betto angry tin. And I think if we won and Betto scored and we won 1-0, I think they'd get that tin and they'd be really disappointed. You know what I mean? With a Betto tin. So I don't know. We just need to get behind them, don't we? Like I said, there's loads of comments coming in. Is there any we can chuck on before we go, Paul? Because we love our subscribers, don't we?
Kadim's saying thanks for making him feel a little better. Like Lulu said, it's group therapy. You need it. And he must be feeling more positive because it'd be just like Everton get a result at United. So why not?
No,
That'd be very.
we'll do the duet before we end, Paul. You ready? I'll start it.
God.
You carry it on, and we'll carry it on. Yeah, you ready? So I'll start the song, and you try and carry it on, and I'll try and carry it on. We'll keep passing it to each other. You ready? You ready? Here we go. No worries
About a thing.
Because every little thing
It's gonna be all right.
it's going to be all right, Toffees. It's going to be all right. If Bob Marley said it was going to be all right, probably he wasn't as stressed as us. Bob Marley wasn't even that stressed when he sang this song. He's probably sitting on the beach, drinking rum, and he's still happy and still making a song. No worries, everything's going to be all right. So he's written that song for us. Bob Marley's done that for us. We'll be okay. Don't make more of this than what it is, by the way, because all the teams in the league, the results have gone our way. So, yes, we could have gained something, but we haven't lost something either. We've got Man United, and then we're playing against the teams we're in the relegation battle with. And I've seen enough from these Everton players to show that when we come up against the teams that are in the relegation battle with us, we can show them. We can show them. That's when we'll click in, because we ain't that bad.
The thing is as well, like fixture-wise and stuff like that.
What the hell, West Ham? Look, this West Ham fan. I'm forever blowing bubbles. Pretty bubbles. He's happy, isn't he?
Cheers, mate. That's amazing.
We don't even know what to. We just know that'll go towards the channel on equipment and stuff like that. And we've never had anything on the channel, but when we got to 500, it gave that option on the channel where you can support the channel. And we are looking on doing merchandise, but we can't afford it because we're not putting money into this channel. It's only a bit of a hobby. So stuff like that will go into equipment and making it a lot better watch. We have got a meeting to actually start doing live watches as well to get the right stuff on the screen and stuff like that. But it's hard work, this getting the channel right. So yeah, anything like that, that's amazing.
That's great. That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you very much. It's good that.
Although we did that, I'm still pissed off we lost though. It's still pissed off. I'm still frustrated we lost. Do not sing a song with the opposition beat us. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to let it ruin my day.
Is that one of their songs? I didn't think that was one.
I can guarantee. Yeah, I know who that is anyway. I can guarantee. Yeah, I can guarantee that we need to be positive for the next game. I hate losing. Trust me, I fucking hate losing. I hate losing. But I'm not going to let it affect my week. I tell you that thing for sure. No. And I do believe Everton are going to be all right this season. Frustrated, yeah. But sometimes in football, it doesn't go your way, you know. I've played football for a good 15 years when I was younger at semi-pro level. And some games you'll turn up and everything will just go wrong. Just football destiny, football fate. And that Souček goal top corner and that frigging goal that Catman scored, I can't do anything about that. Do you know what I mean? I can't do anything about that. But yeah, we will be back on it next game, Paul. We're trying to get on ready already. Do you think Twitter's going to be bad when we go and look now? Because that comment makes me think, you know what? When we get on Twitter, it's going to be so bad. I'm not going on it if it's that negative because I can't be arsed. I get frustrated when we lose, but I'm not going to get super, super angry and let it freaking get to me too much because it never helps, you know. Frustration never helps. It doesn't. Frustration don't help.
Feel bad about it, but don't let it make you feel bad for a long time. Do you know what I mean? It's Saturday. What are you doing with your Saturday night, everyone? Do you know what I mean? Don't let it ruin your whole weekend.
I'm gonna be like that, Paul. You know what? I was gonna go and take my kids to the Chinese, but because Everton have lost, no, I'm not going Chinese because it's like I'm being happy when we've lost. My kids are getting it for the next week. They're grounded for a week because Everton have lost. That's it. They're all getting it. I'm not smiling for the rest of the week. I'm angry now. I'm fuming. Yeah. I'm not taking something. My dog needs to go to the toilet now. I'm not taking the toilet for an extra 10 minutes because Everton have lost. No, I'm angry. Is that better?
The last 2 years, Dan's kids haven't eaten, and the dog's got a bladder the size of a basketball.
Oh, I'm not. You can't. One thing I've learned about Everton: Get it all out your system straight after the performance. That's what we've done. Me and Paul have had a little rant, and now we're just we're not gonna come off this Toffee Blue cast taking it any further than what it needs to be. Right? We know what went wrong. We know they need to get better at scoring. We know they need to show more bollocks. We know that. I think that they work hard for the Everton shirt now, which they never used to, by the way. I think they work hard for us, but they haven't got the quality. And I can see they haven't got the quality. And it's hard for me to really hate these players for not having the quality because it's not their fault. It really ain't. We haven't signed quality in the last 3 seasons. Some of them just haven't. They're trying the hard. And as an Everton fan, Paul, I've always said, if you haven't got the quality, at least work hard. And I think they are working hard. Sometimes you'll lose, by the way. Someone's got to lose. Someone has got to lose, hasn't they, Paul? That's the thing. And sometimes it's just not going to be your day, is it? I mean, we've drawn 5 in our last 7. So we're unbeaten 5 in our last 7. And then we've just lost. You're always going to lose eventually. You are going to lose eventually. But hopefully that will hurt the players. It's hurt us. It will hurt the players. We'll react to it. We'll win against Man United. And we'll crack on. But I can 100% tell you, getting angry and taking it into the next game won't make us any better. It won't make us any better.
When you leave us now, go and watch Gladiators and then Ant and Dec and have a few pints and have a takeaway.
I thought the Bob Marley song was really good, to be fair. I thought we did a good job of that.
I like Bob Marley.
I always say this to Paul. If you have a bad performance, go and pick your favourite food. Go and treat yourself.
Yeah.
Go and have a nice meal. Go and treat yourself. And you'll feel a little bit better. And then you'll go to sleep and you'll wake up and you'll feel like shit again. Because then it'll kick in. And you would have dreamt about it. But then go and have another nice meal. Spend the whole day from feeling like shit, making yourself feel better. Then you'll go to sleep and you'll feel like crap again. Paul, you will. But eventually, as an Everton fan, this is what it's like, innit, Paul? As an Everton fan, it will take, I promise you now, I'm going to be angry tomorrow twice as bad. I have to be positive on Toffee Blue because I'm sorry if I have to be, but I'm not having it a negative channel, right? So I'll feel like crap tomorrow, Sunday. I'll feel like crap Tuesday. Wednesday, I'll feel like, oh, come on, let's put this right. Thursday, I'll feel like, I'll fancy an Everton game again. Friday, I would have forgotten everything. And Saturday, I'll be ready again. That's what it's like as an Everton fan. We always get over it. We always do.
And then we go in, then we do it all again.
We do it again. Then we'll have a Man United fan on for the pre-match, and we're going to beat Man United. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. I've seen it. We will be all right. It just wasn't.
We will be all right, everyone. We will be okay. We will be okay. And then we'll crack on. We'll then start improving.
Come on, Everton.
Games. Come on.
Come on, Everton. Come on. We are due. I'd say we're due about 20 goals, Paul, at least. We're due about 20 goals the way it's...
In one game?
20 goals in one game. all these clean sheets, we're due about 20 goals. I think West Ham will be a lot more worried than us. I honestly... And I know some will moan at me saying this, but I don't care, by the way. I honestly think West Ham fans will be happy with the result, but they'll think we was against Everton near the bottom of the league, and Everton aren't good at having possession, but they completely dominated that game all the way through. And I think that the West Ham fans, I can't believe with the attackers that West Ham have got, how easy it was for us, Paul. And I know we didn't win, so it wasn't easy, by the way. But for 60 minutes, Branthwaite and Tarky was on the halfway line, pinging it about all game, not even worrying about defending.
Yeah,
it was of our own doing that we lost.
They're not rubbish at all. Look at their line;
good team,
actually quite good. And like Daddy was asking about Moyes and stuff. I can't believe that they'd be having a massive go at Moyes because they haven't won for a couple of months or something. But they've had a bloody trophy, didn't they? You know, he had a trophy last season, so
he also does.
What would you rather have?
He also does on the pre-match. What was his name again? Sorry, I forgot his name.
Dave.
That, isn't it? Dave also does on the pre-match.
You reckon?
Yeah, he did because Dave come on, and then Dave come on and he's like, "Oh, we're shit, we're crap," and I started feeling sorry for him. And I was like, "No, you're not that bad. Zuma's quite good. We used to like him." And he was like, "Oh, Souček's not. Souček's quite good as well." I said to Dave, and I was like, "Dave, be positive. If you win this next game, you beat Brentford and us." He hustled me. He made me talk him into being positive, and the beat us. Oh, it's Dave's fault. It's Dave's fault. We're blaming Dave. We are blaming Dave. It's his fault. He pretended. He pretended that there wasn't going to win, and then the bloody did. Dave. Oh, you ever dropped him?
Well, it was their equaliser was my fault because I left the room.
No, it was your fault. Because you said Souček is really good.
Well, I said that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Souček is really good. Paul says.
I was getting my dad a drink and I left the room just as they had that corner. Shouldn't have done that. That was a rookie mistake. You know, you can't leave the room and not expect the goal to happen. So, sorry everybody. Sorry.
You should never do that. Possession means nothing. We should know that. Most of the games that we've won, I think when we beat Brighton 5-2 or 5-1, we only had like 20-30% possession. We only had like little possession. Does mean nothing. It's just about being clinical, and we need to get more clinical. Do you know what though? We are going through some hard times because it wasn't a transfer window where we could go out, Paul, and get an attacking player that's in top form that's going to score 30 goals. We couldn't go. If you try and get an attacking player in that transfer window, by the way, it costs so much money if he was in form. That's the way it works. So we had to go and get Betto. I think Betto was 5 million or something like that. With pay it over time to be 30-something million, Paul. I don't know, 25 million.
Well, that's sure. It's all of it though, isn't it? It's saying to that player that you want, yes, we can afford you, but we can only give you this much wages, or it all adds up. It all adds up, doesn't it? And if you constrain to how much you can actually pay, which is bugger all at the moment, we're in the middle of a takeover, which no one seems very positive.
They was there again. They don't leave, do they? They really want to take over Everton.
It's bound to go through now because one of them was on bloody Talk Sport the other day. It's like they've taken all their advice from Mashiri.
I know you're the stat man, Paul, but I'm not a stat man. But I already know that 7-7 partners have attended 20 times more games than Mashiri has attended.
Well, I'm not surprised they won it.
They probably have. I bet you 7-7 partners have actually been to more games than Mashiri has, and he's been in charge of us for how long, Mashiri? And 7-7 partners have been there every time. I don't know whether I want them. I don't know. But I tell you something, they want us. They want us. They want us. Bloody hell. Right, there's a comment here. This is why I know I'm supposed to be angry because we lost, which I am. But I did watch the game, by the way, and I thought we was a lot better. Being better means nothing if you don't take your chances. But do I hope we perform like that again and take our chances next game? Yes.
Of course.
We are showing good performances. And as the West Ham fan says here, if it wasn't for the goalkeeper, we beat them. Not wrong, Lulu says. I agree as well. So West Ham know we played really well. We know we played well. When we went 1-0 up, McNeil should have scored. We probably should have scored again. We'd all be celebrating on here. If we get that chance again, we've got to make sure we do put the game to bed. We do need to make sure if we go 1-0 up, we put the game to bed. I'd like to think that they learn from this, Paul. I don't know. It could go the opposite way. They could start thinking that when we get the lead, we can't keep it. But I'd like Sean Dyche to try something different and go out all attack when we get 1-0 next time. All right. Just think to yourself, go for it.
Well, at the moment, it doesn't seem to make any bloody difference, does it? So why not? They'll work hard. You know what I mean? They'll work hard in the week. More and more people are saying Schmitty. But I think they're saying that because Betto and DCL aren't scoring very much. So play all three of them.
Let me just do this, Paul. I don't know whether I can do this, but try and do this. Try and be honest. If Betto didn't miss the penalty, I think a lot would have been massively happy with Betto today. It's just the penalty he wanted. Would you? With him scoring a goal and stuff like that. I mean,
you
can't
knock his effort. The only thing he didn't do was score a penalty, and he's not the only person to have not done that recently. So
Betto scored in 60 minutes. Do you think Calvert-Lewin would have scored in those 60 minutes?
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
It's a good question. Yeah. I'm not
I don't think he would have
either of them scoring, to be honest.
I don't think Calvert-Lewin would have scored in the 60 minutes that Betto did. I think Betto earned himself the goal. I don't know. We've got a Toffee Bluecast group chat where Jamie's in there, Rob's in there. All the Toffee Bluecast people are in the group chat. And they said to me, Calvert-Lewin would have scored the chances that Betto had. Calvert-Lewin, come on, knocked it onto his right foot, had a shot, didn't score. Yeah. It's crazy when you're an Everton fan, because some Everton fans, Paul, right? Calvert-Lewin's not playing well. They say, I don't want Calvert-Lewin playing. He's crap. I want Betto to play. We then play Betto. Betto plays. I don't want him playing. He's crap. I want Calvert-Lewin playing. He's better. Bloody make your mind. Make your mind up.
The thing is, I actually don't think either of them are playing badly. I don't think either of them are playing badly. I think generally they hold the ball up quite well in most of the games that they've been playing.
Confidence.
And they can pass the ball. I often think that they get crowded out and sometimes they get isolated. But the biggest thing that obviously they need to do that they're not doing is hitting the ball cleanly and scoring a goal. That's what it comes down to. Everything else they seem to do quite well in, which is what, they bring other people into the game and things like that, but they're not actually scoring their own shots. And that's the thing. So that's why most of the time when we're doing a score prediction, I'm saying Branthwaite or Garner or Onana, because they're the ones who are up there for set pieces. They're the ones who will get fewer chances, but tend to make more of them.
It's all about confidence, right? It's all about psychology. Football is psychology, right? When a player scores a goal, you often see him score a brace. When a player scores, you often see him get a hat-trick sometimes, or look like he can get a hat-trick, right? It's all about confidence. And I think in your head, when you've got loads of stuff going on, you kind of hit your shot like that. You think of putting it there. You think of putting it there. You think of scoring it before you scored it. When you've got confidence as an attacking player, you've got a clear mind. You just do it, Paul. It's like you think to yourself, oh, that player finished that without even thinking about it. He didn't even know how he did it, but he just knew what to do and how to do it. And if you've got the confidence, it will just happen, Paul, won't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what was a good example of that. And I mean, he's by no means prolific or anything, but McNeil had the ball on the edge of the box today, and it bounced up nicely for him to strike, and he didn't think twice, and he struck it, and it was a good effort into the corner, but keeper got across and saved it.
Really good shot that was, yeah.
Yeah. And Betto and DCL, I think, are overthinking it all the time. They're not just doing it straight away and then remembering that they actually know where the target is. Instinctively, they know where the target is. They've just got to make sure that they bring that instinct back and use it again.
You are right, Paul, because when I think now, after you saying that, about some of Betto's and Calvert-Lewin's chances, or the other players, Harrison, McNeil, they knock it, so they tap it before they hit it. So they'll knock it in front of them, and when they knock it in front of them, they think about everything.
Yeah.
And like you just say, that McNeil shot was going bottom right-hand corner. McNeil straight away didn't get no chance to think about it, and it was going a really good. That was exactly where he wanted to put it, and it was a perfectly hit shot by McNeil because he's got no time to think about it. Like you've just said, he had no time to think about it. Impulse, natural skill, smashes it. But our players tap it, think about it, bottle it.
That's blues all over. To be fair, I mean, I'd like him to try, and then we would see.
Right, people, we are going to go. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Hopefully now it'll pop up and we can see you in the comments all the time. We are Toffee Bluecast. We go live before the game, we go live after the game, and we go live on big news as well. We're just here to bring Everton fans together. We put as much of the comments on the screen as we can because we don't just want it to be about us. We want to hear what you've got to say. If we've missed you, we're sorry, but keep the comments coming and we'll catch you next time. We are bringing Everton fans together, and that was our aim, and it's going really well. I mean, there's been like 70, 80 people on after this, and that's without Twitter, so there's probably been about 100 plus people on the stream after the game. We sometimes after the game, you just want to get it off your chest, and that's what we're here for. We try and be positive because we don't just want to be puppets of people screenshotting our video and putting it on where we're angry and look like complete idiots. No, sorry, don't want to be that person. I just want to try and boost Everton fans back up. Michael Keane might play up front. I don't know.
Never know. I was going to say if you wind back this show and you look at me and Dan in the first 5 minutes to us now, we're very different. Yeah, we're very different. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here tonight and subscribing, and it makes it a little bit easier on our weekend. So thank you very much.
One last question I'm going to leave you with because I've seen this in the comments. Right, this is a question. I'm Dyche in. I think some people don't realise how good Dyche has changed our mentality. I mean, you only need to look at all the Everton players last game was laughing. Dyche turned around and they all stopped laughing because Dyche has got a mentality in that everybody needs to focus and be serious and be grown up about this Everton thing. And you need to play for the Everton shirt and you don't take the piss. And Dyche has created a good camp where they're all working hard for us, but they're just lacking on ability. But I think they are working really hard. I haven't got a problem with Dyche. Dyche, like Paul said, Dyche couldn't have scored that penalty. Dyche couldn't have scored that McNeil chance. It was there for the taking. It's on the players, not Dyche for me. But this is the question. I'm going to ask, for me, my answer, I would rather have Sean Dyche than David Moyes. Who would you rather have, Paul? And in the comments, who would you rather have, Sean Dyche or David Moyes?
I love Moyes for everything that he did for us. I love it.
Yeah.
Because he did as much as he could when he was with us. Would I swap him out for Dyche now? No, not really. I think what Moyes does in terms of getting his teams to work really hard, and what you said about Dyche turning round and the players knowing what's right and what's not, Dyche is very similar to that. I remember we signed Jesper Bonkvist from Man U, I think, and Moyes brought him off in a game, and Bonkvist comes off not very happy. He goes to the back of the seats in the dugout and he throws down a bottle or something, and just like a proper teacher, old school teacher, Moyes walks to his seat and he's like, "You better shut up, lad." And I could just see Dyche doing exactly the same thing, but no one would dare. Do you know what I mean? So you're gonna work as hard as you can for Dyche. You do the same for Moyes. At the moment, Moyes is in a club that's got a better setup, some better players, but I don't think there's a great deal between Moyes and Dyche in terms of right now and what we need. So I would keep Dyche. That's what I would do.
The Blues has just said I'd rather have kept Moyes in the first place, but I wouldn't swap them now. I think Dyche has done a lot of work and leave him with the actual long-term job of Everton. There's another comment there saying pride is stopping us from wanting Moyes. I don't know. I honestly think Dyche isn't doing.
No, not about pride. The thing is, when Moyes went and Martinez came in, I honestly thought that we would then step up. And obviously, we did well. What was it, fifth in his first season or something? But I thought we'd move on then. But it didn't happen for various reasons. Generally, the people who were in charge of the club. And Martinez would have been a decent manager to have moved forward. Lukaku would have stayed, would have kept those players that we had, and just maybe gone on to the next stage up. But it didn't happen because of the people who were in charge of the club, and then who the people were brought in to run the club. And that's where we are. That's the difference between us and West Ham at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like the Blues said, maybe I did want Moyes over that time where we nearly got him back with a Carlo Ancelotti. I think that was the time, but I don't know. I don't mind Sean Dyche. And one thing I will say is that we've got two wingers that aren't that fast, Harrison and
Yeah,
McNeil.
we're not fast. We're not fast.
Yeah, so this is the thing though, Paul. We've got two wingers that aren't that fast. We've just sold Gordon and Iwobi, and we've got Dobbin to replace them if they're not. Dyche hasn't been backed, Dyche hasn't been backed at all. I don't think he's been backed enough. Like he's
No.
he's got a hard job, hasn't he? That's all I'm saying. Dyche has got a very hard job at the minute. Even your Brentfords and your Bournemouth, they all sign players. They all sign players. Dyche hasn't. Even the teams lower in the league now have all made signings. Dyche hasn't had much signings. He's got an hard job at the minute. He has got an hard job. I know West Ham fans don't like David Moyes, but I did say to your Big Dave that was on, if you won the Europa League, you wouldn't be saying Moyes with 2 trophies out. I don't know.
No, that's
Won
good,
your trophy. Yeah. After West Ham, they haven't. I don't know. Have they got too greedy? I don't know. Have they got too greedy? Because David Moyes has won a trophy for him last season. The last time they had a trophy was when? It's crazy. It is crazy. Like, he's won him a trophy last season. He looks like he's doing good in Europa League again this season. So they could probably win it again this season because they've got better players than most teams in that Europa League. They could win it twice in a row and still want David Moyes out. Now, what does he need to do to keep that job? Because I thought football was about winning trophies.
I think there's a lot of football fans who are, lots of people who are just reactionary in the moment, and then they skip on to the next moment. Generally, what it is nowadays, anyway. But if you widen out a little bit, like we tend to do on here to try and find a positive with us, is that we don't think about the last 3 weeks where we've maybe not won any games. We try and lengthen it out a little bit and think about it over a larger scale. So for West Ham and Moyes, I mean, the fact that they had a decent season last season, won a trophy. They're not in any trouble or anything this season. They're still in the Euro League as well, Europa League as well. So it ain't bad. God, it ain't bad at all. Don't worry about it.
Relegation battles. And West Ham are a team that was like nearly got relegated before Moyes went in. Like they literally was fighting a relegation battle, and they've had relegation as well. So I don't. Sometimes you've got to keep yourself grounded. Trust me, we've been high before. What we do for just a top 5, 6 finish now, after being so shit the last 2 seasons. Keep yourself grounded. Trust me. And Jordan Pickford, by the way, I seen one of the comments, was not the problem today. The first goal Jordan Pickford couldn't save. The second goal Pickford couldn't save. And the third goal Pickford couldn't save. The problem was not Pickford, by the way. Souček's shot was top corner. No goalkeeper saves that. Zuma's shot went above Garner's head, top corner in the joint. Nobody could save that. And where we just gave you the goal at the end, the 1-on-1, if you're going to say that's why Pickford's crap, pathetic. Pickford is not crap. He's England's number 1. And trust me, that West Ham keeper had a good game, but I haven't seen him play well every week in, week out. Enjoyed the West Ham goalkeeper playing well this week, but he's not always like that. Remember we beat West Ham last time we played you. We did beat you last time you played you. Your keeper just had a real good day, but don't get too excited thinking your goalkeeper's going to be like that every week and Pickford shit, because that's not the case. Because trust me, on Match of the Day against Man United, you'll be seeing Pickford smashing it, and he wasn't the problem today. He wasn't.
I'd say to JC on there as well. If you were playing with him, yeah, you would want to chin him.
He's not bad.
He's he'd be an absolute nightmare to play with. However, you'd want him in your side.
Yeah. Honestly,
without a doubt.
To that comment there, honestly, in general, Pickford is bad. I can tell you 100 million %. If we didn't have Pickford last season, we would have got relegated. 100 million %. The saves that he made against Chelsea, the save he made against Maddison on the penalty, this wasn't 1-2 saves. Pickford all season, by the way, probably stopped about 10 goals at least. He probably gained us about 10 points. We only stayed up by 1 game. Pickford is not a problem, trust me. Some people just don't like Pickford because he's got one of those smirky grins. I get it.
I would put, and people, feel free, have a go at me if you want. I would put Pickford in the top, definitely the top 4, possibly the top 3 keepers that Everton have ever had.
Yeah, definitely. He's better than
Without a
Howard.
doubt.
I did like Martin,
Yeah,
though. I did like
Howard was
Martin.
amazing. I really like Howard as well for his longevity, but Howard made some amazing saves. But I still put Pickford above Howard. He's obviously not better than Neville. Gordon West in the 60s and stuff, unbelievable. So I would say I can't think of any other keeper who would be above Pickford apart from Southall and maybe Gordon West, possibly.
What about what about in his time for Everton, Paul? I love Martin. In his time for Everton, Martin or Pickford, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Martin was really good for Everton. He was really good. Right. Anyway, people, we have stayed on for you.
On that bombshell.
Go out and have fun. Go out and have fun. We took it. We took the punches. I mean,
get on ITV. Get on ITV1 or not ITV. We'll get on BBC. Don't watch Gladiator.
Yeah, go and watch Gladiators. If you're struggling for a series, forget about it. Build a bridge. Move on. Beat Man United. Stay up. Don't worry about it. Get in your new stadium. Champions League.
Alliance tomorrow.